Hi everybody, this is Steve and I am a full-time RVer on my way out to Arizona for the winter. We're gonna stay November and December in Arizona, but we gotta get there first. When we left in our last video, we were in Emporia, Kansas, and here in this video, we have made it to Enid, Oklahoma. I've got some friends here in Enid that asked me to come down for the Enid Ham Fest and enjoy some camaraderie while we were here, and we really like the place. It's a pretty nice place. Let's get over there and take a look at the place we're staying at. I hope this isn't a sign for the Ashley Lane RV Park service, but there's the Ladisau Evans Funeral Home right next door. Seriously, it's not a sign. This has been a fantastic place to stay. Extremely hospitable staff at the park, and a lot of people stay here for a long time. There's a lot of full-timers here that just seem to live here, which is pretty cool. Good rates here. It was about $150 for a week's stay from Sunday night till Sunday morning. It looks like a lot of people do stay here full-time. Maybe it's because of the swimming pool. I think I finally got a pull-through site that works. This thing is huge. There's the backside. There's the truck. The long walk to the front of the trailer. There's actually still room for the truck out here without going into the road. And we got plenty of room to pull out. We got some nice shade to block the afternoon sun. Big ball of fire in the sky. This is a pretty slick little fifth wheel setup. It looks like there's room to go over the truck bed and then over the cab of the truck. Wonder how well that works. Well, no wonder why I have good internet speeds here. Look at all the gear on that tower. I always look at a tower like that with all those cables running up and I think about the wind load. That's gotta be a pretty big wind load on that tower. While we were here, we took a look at the Cherokee Strip Museum. This is a pretty interesting place and I will show you the sights that we saw along the way. George Failing here set himself up with an oil drilling rig. This was one of the first ever of its kind. And he's got himself an old truck and he put an engine on the back and a drilling rig connected to that engine. And one of the things that was really interesting was the bank here was giving him some investment, and then they were talking about the failing loans. And were they talking about the loans that were failing, or were they talking about the George Failing loans? I think it was the George Failing loans. I really dig this old piece of machinery here and this ingenuity of Mr. Failing. I don't think he was failing at anything. So this whole Cherokee Strip was all about the land rush, and they did a lot of surveying with rods and chains, and I never really understood what rods and chains were, but if you pause the video here, you'll see some information about it. This here is an example of a sod house. I thought this was pretty neat. A house made out of just the materials they had available, which was pretty much just dirt and grass. This was one of the first electric stoves. People were so small back then compared to today. This whole thing looks like it was woven out of wheat. There are some buildings here that have been imported to this location to make up a little village of what life used to be like. Some pretty interesting things inside these buildings. Let's take a look inside. And then here is the land register's office, which had a general store attached to it. is one of the buildings that they moved from its original location to where it is stored here today for people to walk through and see what was going on.
Not a general store at that time. That day it was just a storage room. But anyway, you can see where the bench is. There's the courthouse. It's the only
Next week, we're going to Wichita Falls and we're going to stay at Lake Arrowhead State Park. I hope you are subscribed to see the upcoming leg of the journey. There's a video right here I think you'll enjoy next. I'll see you over there.